Five Awesome Reject viewers. You got the Razman here on my new day on Tuesday again. Thank you to Metal for allowing me to switch days with him to give myself more of a personal opportunity to be here every week like I'm supposed to be and be committed to this channel and to my day the way that I want it to be. So I'm all excited and all pumped up. It's a new day. I don't have to be stressed out with trying to update my channel and do the 5 Awesome Rejects the same day. Had an epic thing planned. Was finally going to give you guys that video that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago. Remember when I asked you to list your favorite television shows that you grew up watching as a kid? What makes you nostalgic? Well, that video is almost done. Hopefully it will air next week, or at the very least the week after, because it's very close to being done. I just have to put some final touches on it, which I thought I was going to have ready for today. But you know how the old saying goes, the best laid plans. Well, my best laid plans, they went awry, and hopefully you guys will find this story somewhat amusing because of the situation that happened that I'm about to tell you about. It's really all that I could bring you in time to do a video today. So hopefully it gives you a laugh, because there's another old saying that goes, if one can't laugh at himself, who can he laugh at? So here's what happened to me in the last few days. I have a Maltese. His name is Toby. You guys have heard him in the background of my video episodes before. He is about 8 or 10 years old. We've had him for a very, very long time. And so, actually a lot longer than that. I think I got him when I was still a teenager. And I'm 30 years old now. So we've had him for a very long time. He's had a very long life for a dog. But he's still really energetic, like he's a puppy. And the one thing that he absolutely hates is he hates to be fenced in, which is, or not fenced in, but basically he has a fence in front of him so that he doesn't roam free in the apartment, because you see, both my parents work, whereas I do my work from home. Both my parents actually go out and work a 9-to-5 job, and actually it's just my mom who's living with me now. My dad doesn't even live with us anymore. So it's just me and my mom living here in this apartment, and my mom goes to work all the time. So basically the only thing we can do for our dog is to put him behind this fence, because if he's out roaming free in the apartment, then I have to put a fence up in my room, and I can't roam free. So if I have anywhere else that I want to be or need to be during the day that causes me to leave the apartment, then Toby could get loose, run loose, all of that. So basically that's the only answer that we have. Well, he figured out a way to jump over his fence. And he's done it a couple of times now, and we're still trying to figure out, how to get around it, how to keep him safe, keep me from running over him when I'm moving around the apartment or coming in and out of it, without him being able to jump over the gate and hurt himself. So, but in the meantime, while we're doing that, he jumped over the fence a few more times in the process. Well, this past weekend, he jumped over the fence. And apparently in doing so, he pulled a muscle in his neck and shoulder area. So my mom and I have been pretty crazy, pretty freaking out all weekend long, yesterday included, on Monday, trying to watch him, making sure he doesn't hurt himself again. Well, this is where the funny part comes in. It's not funny that my dog was in pain, but this is where you can laugh at me, and why I thought, since it's the only thing I had, maybe it'd be a semi-entertaining, funny story for all of you. Yesterday, he was hanging out, and I heard him crying. And he cried pretty much consistently for 20 minutes. So when your dog or your animal is hurt, your dog or your animal, your pet, is like a member of your family. Your instincts kind of take over, and you're like, my family member's in pain, right? And you don't think clearly. Well, that was most definitely the case with me yesterday. Because rather than call somebody over my dog crying, I panicked thinking I've got to get him help right now. I mean, right now. There's no waiting for anybody. So I run over the gate, which was up in front of my room, which is where we temporarily put it. We're letting him roam free in the apartment right now until we figure out something better to do with it. And if I have to go somewhere, my mom tries to be home when I go in and out to make sure he doesn't get loose. But anyway, so he's roaming free in every other room in the apartment, and the gate is up in front of my door to keep me from running over him, and I can still go back and forth doing different things in my room. So I run over the gate, panicked because of his crying, and not only was he fine, he was sleeping, and I guess it just rolled over on himself funny, because once my dad came over, and I'll explain why he came over here in a second, but once he came over, Toby was perfectly fine. So I was panicked and worried over nothing. But, like I said, that's just instinct. When your animal gets hurt, you do that. Well, the funny part is, I told you I ran over the gate, right? Well, in the process of running over the gate gets stuck under my wheels here. And I can't move for almost a half hour. So here I am, completely stuck. I grab my cell phone, I call my mom, and I'm explaining to her that, I was in a panic, I wasn't thinking clearly, and I, for some reason, thought I could call 911 on my dog if my dog was in severe pain. And come to find out that you can't call 911 on an animal. If you do, they're likely to throw you in jail. So, yeah, I basically screwed myself over for no reason, because in addition to the gate being stuck under my wheels where I couldn't move, I dropped the cell phone while trying to send a text message. So here I am, can't move, gate under my wheels, and no phone. So my mom's calling me 2 or 3 times to check up on me and the dog after she knew that I had gotten the gate under my wheels, and I can't answer her call. So she calls my dad. My dad comes over, has to rescue me, and he ended up letting Toby go outside to pee, and once he did that, Toby was fine. So it was all a complete mess of a situation that was created by me and my inability to think clearly, whereas it didn't have to happen because Toby was fine. So I just thought you could have a giggle with me at that little story, because I basically trapped myself and literally could not move, could not make a phone call, couldn't do anything. It could have been hours before someone had gotten to me, all because I'm panicked and not thinking clearly. So I guess the message of the day, boys and girls, always try to think clearly no matter what situation you're in. Otherwise, you could be really stuck. And I'll see you all next time.
I glow inside this light.